Arsenal again dropping points against Aston Villa at the Emirates. They beat us there last season. The game. Let's get on with the game. What was we doing? What are we being told to do? It was boring, lethargic. There was no gumption. There was no urgency. It's so frustrating to watch this. And with Liverpool scoring 2 late goals against Brentford this afternoon, you know, we thought they was going to be dropping points. We thought that they might be able to get a draw out of that game, Brentford. But towards the end, they've got the proper striker. I know Núñez doesn't score many goals, but he is a proper number 9, and he gets them 2 late goals, so they win that game 2-0. Then it comes to us. We know that Liverpool have won their game. We know we can't afford to drop more points to keep hanging on to the coattails. We need to keep hanging on to Liverpool's coattails, and we were so disappointing today. The whole team, it was such a frustrating, boring watch. I don't know what this manager is doing. He talks a good game when he has his press conferences and that. He does talk a good game sometimes. Other times he talks a bit of gibberish. But overall, he sort of lets you believe that we know what we need to do. We know what the frustrations are. We're going to address them. We need to be better. It's knocking on the door of being heartbreaking. Watching that game today, we should have done a lot better. Villa weren't any good. Villa weren't that good, really, but nor was we. Was it a deserved drop? Basically, I think after going 2-0 up and then Villa coming back to draw 2-2, I've got to say, I think Villa probably even deserved to win the game. Honestly, the goal that was disallowed right at the end, a deflection from Havertz. I've never seen a VAR decision that quick. I've never seen a VAR decision be sorted out that quick. It looked to me, we didn't see no replays. We didn't see, because normally when the VAR thing is being looked at, you see replays. It hit him on, it looked like to me, it hit him on the belly. It didn't look like that it actually hit him on the hand. We didn't see enough replays, so we're not sure how justified that decision is. I'm not sure about it. Very disappointing. And now, like the points that we made up against Spurs in the week. Hello, Miss Molina. The points we made up against Liverpool in the week we've lost them back to Liverpool again. So we're second in the league. We're 6 points behind. They've got their game in hand. But what's frustrating about it is the lack of urgency. The first sub, Sterling come on 81 minutes or something. 81 minutes. Unbelievable, Scott. Yeah, well, no, good evening, Aces. How you doing, sir? Full set of no management text. What did he do to change anything? Oh, God, it is... I think I could do a better... I think every Arsenal fan probably thinks they could do a better job, but why didn't he change it up? Mikel Merino... what did he do for the whole game? Apart from have a shot, and then that deflected shot that Havertz he got ruled out for handball. But to me, when I watched the 1 or 2 replays that they showed, they normally show about 3, 4, 5 minutes of replays before they make a VAR decision. That was made within seconds. The decision was made within seconds. It looked to me that it hit him on the chest, like in the belly. It didn't look like it touched his arm to me. Might be, you think I'm being a bit biased about it. People could think that. But it didn't look like it come off his hand. It really didn't. And the VAR just went straight away, bang, no goal. I mean, what's happened to all the, the replays, the looks. They show us what they're looking at. The commentators, they show us and we see all the replays. They replay it normally about 5 or 6 times. slow passing sideways, backwards, slowing the game down. There was a break. Martinelli breaks down the right-hand side in that second half, you know, with 20 minutes to go or something. He flies down the right-hand side. Trossard's on the left, flying with him. He stops running and waits for other players to join in the attack. Why don't he just play it across? Why don't he play it over to the other side, a man over, to Trossard? Trossard was in. Trossard would have got in. Mikel Arteta, I'm sick of this crap McManus is saying. Absolutely, man. We're sick of it. How much more do we have to put up with? We're stuck with this geezer, man. We're stuck with him. You know why I know we're stuck with him? Because of that new deal he signed, and he's a yes man. He's taking all the frustrations in press conferences. He's taking it all. He's taking all the brunt of everything, and that's what his job is. So we beat Spurs in the week. You know, we gained ground because the Liverpool draw, and now we lose it again. We lose it, so we're back to 6 points behind. We've got to say 9 points behind because they're probably going to win their game in hand. I know rather have the points than the games in hand, but they're probably going to win their game in hand, Liverpool. So we're 9 points behind. I know there's still a lot of points to play for. I'm not going to say we're well and truly out of the race yet, but unless we get a striker this month, I want a striker in time for the Wolves game next week. We've got Zagreb in midweek in the Champions League. We're not going to get one in time for that. And if we do get a proper striker, you know, we'll probably be cup tied. So, for that game. But we need to get one in time for the Wolves game next week. We've got to get one. We've got to let all the other teams around us. We've got to let them know that we're serious about competing. Because not only that, we need a winger as well. We do need a winger, and you know, I've been advocating for Mbeumo. I think he'd be a great replacement. Or back up as well when Saka comes back, them two competing for that right-hand side spot. I think Mbeumo is possibly the man because he's Premier League ready. I can't think of it. I don't want to get anyone from anywhere else and then wait for him to bed in. Mbeumo would slot straight into that right-hand side, I think. Mourinho has got to unlock Martinelli, though. Is he fuck? What did he do? What did he do, Mourinho? Why was he on the pitch so long? He don't trust anybody on the bench. He brings Sterling on 82 minutes. Trossard had probably his best game for a long time, but it means nothing. It absolutely means nothing, Scott. Trossard had a good game. The chances he had as well, but we lost 2-0 lead, and it was our fault. Sorry, yeah, we lost a 2-0 lead. It's unforgivable. That is unforgivable. Trossard misses a chance right at the end as well. I mean, how's your luck? We you know, very tight whether it would have stood or not because it looked like it might have just been a little bit offside. But we don't know until the VAR would have checked that. We don't know for sure, and we'll never know. If he scores that goal and wins it for Arsenal, it sends the crowd into raptures, doesn't it? McManus in the chat, I want a striker as well, but I don't see us signing anyone. What's Arteta say? We tried to make signings like Wenger used to say. Yeah, Scott Kirk said, yeah, we were all our own doing. Yeah, it was all our own fault. It was all our own fault. Unbelievable. But this is going to be a challenging... is it? Brighton, what's that? Brighton Dar 44. I ain't reading that comment out, mate. I ain't reading that comment out. I don't know why you would want to do that anyway, or say that. Yeah, so I mean, we're very short. We've got all these injuries. We can't keep blaming things on injury. We had enough there to beat Aston Villa. It was a very slow and lethargic game. All we had to do was speed it up, be a bit quicker, and off back to bed. Good night, Scott. I know you get up. Scott's from New Zealand, and we know he gets up at the crack of dawn or early hours of the morning to watch the Arsenal. Dedicated fan over there in New Zealand. You go back to bed, mate. I don't know if you'll be able to sleep, but try. Go back to bed and try and have a kip. Because this game today, it just highlights the weaknesses and the amateurishness. You know, our manager is. Arteta did well taking the goal scorer off for Sterling. Yeah, we took Martinelli off for Sterling, and I don't know why he took Martinelli off. I mean, I didn't see, I didn't think he was the worst player on the pitch. I thought Marino was. Oh, and Arsenal were laughable at times today. Yeah, they were laughable, absolutely. But I don't understand. I don't understand the negative way we play. I don't get it. I don't get the why we keep stopping. We're attacking, and we keep stopping and slowing it down. I don't understand it. Aces is saying Anthony delighted with Bristol Rovers 3-1 win over Barnsley. He's a you keep winding him up about Bristol Rovers, don't you, Aces? The McManus Gaming. I would have taken Havertz off and put Martinelli up top. Yeah, why don't you try that? Try Martinelli through the middle. Havertz is not the guy, man. I know I went on a massive rant about him being threatened, his wife being threatened, because of the haters out there, the scumbags that threatened to murder his wife and unborn child. Disgusting. I went on a rant about that, but still doesn't change the fact that he's not good enough up front for us at the moment. All right, he gets the goal. He gets the second goal. Unluckily, the winner that deflects, I believe it deflected up his stomach. I didn't see it in his hand. It didn't show you enough replays. Normally, it takes 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever, for VAR to decide decisions like that. And it was done in seconds. So, you know, they must have been double confident about that. But what I saw, it looked like it came off his belly and it didn't touch his arm. I'm not sure, obviously, because we didn't see enough replays of it or enough angles. Brighton, Dar 44. Arsenal have lost their identity within their play. Absolutely, Brighton, Dar. They have. There ain't no identity. It hit his belly. Look, I've just seen another replay. It hit his belly. It didn't touch his arm. Listen, watch the press conference after the game. Watch the interviews after the game, and see, and then let me know in the chat. Let me know, because that come off his belly. I've just caught the replay there. It didn't look like it hit his arm. So we've been robbed there. Arsenal have been robbed. Anthony, Aces, you Spurs fan. How are you? Aces is a Spurs fan. How are you, Aces? Fat Frank Lampard, 1-0 Bristol City. 65 million donkey. Yeah. We paid a lot, well over the top for him. Chelsea were laughing all the way to the bank after we signed him. Dobby 88. Fellow Gooner here, mate. It did touch his arm. Did it? Did it touch his arm? See the replay to RC, bro. It looked like it hit his belly. See, we did. Did you think that decision was very quick though, Dobby? Did you think that decision was very quick? Because it looked to be very quick to me. It was like seconds. Lee, how did your bet go? You done a video on it earlier. No, it didn't go very well. Mateta scored, but I think Iwobi was actually subbed off, which surprised me. And no, Mbeumo didn't score either. No, so it didn't go too well. Yeah, it was very quick. Look, here it is now. Look, it's sort of, he turns into it, does it here. I'm looking at it again now. Well, he's got his arm there. He's got his arm like that, and it hits him under there. So it might have hit his arm and his belly at the same time, maybe. Maybe his arm and his belly, but they're going to be talking about it now. I can't hear it, obviously, because I can't have the sound on. I'm looking at it again. Oh, does it hit his arm? Does it hit his arm? George, does it hit his arm?
No.
Does it hit his arm? Even my boy says it don't, see?
That's right,
Only have our defence to blame for that. Party at right back. Party at right back. Why didn't he bring Kiwior, leave Timber at right back, and bring Kiwior on for Saliba if Saliba's got a little slight hamstring injury or whatever, his calf injury, whatever he's got. Why didn't he? That's a proper centre half in Kiwi. Why didn't he use him? What's the point in having him if you ain't going to use him? Aces is saying Lee Gunner first loss as West Ham manager. Graham Potter, yeah. You think he looks like Lee Gunner? Constantine Loan. When Arsenal will have a new Thierry Henry, they will win everything. We're never gonna get a new Thierry Henry. Never. The player I think we should go for. Let me know if you agree with me in the chat. Is Victor Gyökeres, Sporting Lisbon striker. That's the player we need to get, man. That's the player. Go and get him. Go and pay the 80 million buyout clause. Get him there. Apparently we've got Zubimendi coming in the summer. I don't know if it's been finalised yet, but personal terms have been agreed. But that's for the summer, and that's a midfield player. We need a striker and a winger now. Do we need a left winger or a right winger? We could do with both, because Trossard and Martinez's form is a bit hit and miss, both of them. Dobby, when will Mikel learn not to play party there? This is what I'm saying, man. He's played him there on numerous occasions, with Timber being injured, but he's not utilising his squad properly. There's a defender, Jacob Kiwior, centre half, a proper centre half. Might not be great, nowhere near Saliba, but he's still a centre half. And then you keep Timber over on the right, and then Partey's in midfield with Declan Rice, and you ain't got to play Marino. And Marino's what's a waste of money that geezer is. He's useless, mate. He's shit. What does he do? Tell me in the chat. What does he do? But Manus wants Danny Ings from West Ham. I don't think he does, Anthony. I don't think he does, bro. Why would McManus want Danny Ings? Justin Kluivert being linked with an Arsenal move. What? Because he scored an hat-trick today. I ain't seen that. But I wouldn't be surprised jumping on a bandwagon like that. Yeah, Justin Kluivert scored a hat-trick against Newcastle today for Bournemouth. Patrick Kluivert, his dad played for Newcastle. You know, he's a good player. Patrick Kluivert was a great striker, Dutch striker, brilliant. I think he scored against England in Euro '96. Patrick Kluivert, if I remember that. I think we beat. Was it 4-1? We beat the Netherlands, Holland. I think Kluivert was the player that scored their goal, if I remember rightly. I mean, it was '96. It was like 30 years ago, nearly. Hang on. 96, yeah, 30 years ago. Fucking hell, 30 years ago. Jesus Christ. Barcelona game on ITV4 now. Is it Aces? Oh, let's have a look then. Because, do you know what I like from Barcelona? There's a kid, 17, Lemmy Yamal. Lemmy Yamal, what a fucking player he's going to be. Brilliant. Well, we couldn't have... Maybe we should go and put in an offer for him. Maybe if we're going to put in a massive offer for Lemmy Yamal from Barcelona. I mean, that could be a thing. What side is it on? Let's have a look. Let me just change the telly over. Did you say ITV4? Gyökeres is our answer, mate. But we can't wait for the summer now. Exactly. ITV4. Let me just put the Barcelona game on then. Pay the money and get Gyökeres. Thank you, McManus. Absolutely. Anthony don't want him. Anthony's saying no to Gyökeres. The last time I spoke, I mentioned him to Anthony. He said no. I don't know why. Lamel is untouchable, mate. Barca will reject any bid for him. Yeah, he's gonna be a great player, isn't he? They're likening him to Messi already. What is your favourite French song? My favourite... I don't know any French songs. I don't know why Ibrahim is asking, what's your favourite French song? So if you've got a favourite French song, people in the chat, put it in there. Oh, okay. I don't know any French songs. Je le t'aime. I know that one. That's about it. I'm just looking to see what size ITV4. What number is it? I'm just going up and looking for it now. ITV. Oh, yeah, here we go. Getafe, Barcelona. Come on. Nice one for letting me know that. Anthony wants Marlon Harewood. Marlon Harewood, yeah, ex-West Ham player. How old's he now? He's got to be getting on. He's in his mid-30s, late 30s, isn't he? Marlon Harewood. Hell, what a shit player he was. He wasn't any good, was he? He weren't great. Yeah, so let's go through the team player ratings quickly. David Raya, 5. Thomas Partey at right back, 5. Gabriel, 6. Timber, centre half, 6. Lewis Skelly gets a 7. I think he battles and plays well, man. He tries his best. Aces, Anthony and Bristol Rovers players to sign for Arsenal. Anthony wants Bristol Rovers players to sign. No, he doesn't. Why would he want any Bristol Rovers players to sign for Arsenal? Anyway, so we're going into the midfield now. Marino, 3. Declan Rice gets a 7. Odegaard gets a 6. Up front, Martinelli gets a 7. Trossard the other side, 7. Havertz up front, 5. Yeah, you might think I'm being harsh, but that's it. That's what I think. That's what I believe. I think we was shit. Absolute dire today. Gunnar Gargamel, how you doing, sir? We finished Arteta out, beating Wolves. Won't cheer me up. No, well, we need to get a striker in time for that game. I believe Gunnar Gargamel. We need to get a striker. We desperately needed. There was times when Havertz, I see him, he was in midfield, and then we lose the ball in transition, and it goes over. And who's the Aston Villa player that's up front, up top already, waiting for the ball over? Ollie Watkins. He plays in the position where a striker should play. The last man. Listen, you stay up top. What I say to my striker, you stay up top. You stay there. Stay on side, but stay up top. Let the rest of the team do the rest of the work. You just stay there for the out ball, the through ball, the ball over the top, whatever, and then you can run on goal. Marlon from Bad Boys fight Marlon from Bad Boys fight Michael Jackson. I don't know what you mean by that, Sir Ibrahim. Aces say Juventus 2, AC Milan 0. Is Vlahovic playing? Vlahovic scored any of them goals? Because it looks like Arsenal may be looking to sign him. Rumours, I don't know, I hope not. Champions League returns this week. Yes, we have Dinamo Zagreb in the week. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. I'm not sure. I'm not bothered which day it's on, so it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, preferably the Wednesday. So it's we're getting an extra bit of rest. But do these players need a rest? I think they need intense training. I think they need to go back to Dubai. Send them back to Dubai. Gosh, have a few days out there. Right, Sporting Lisbon have just scored. Who scored the goal? Victor Gyökeres. Scoring for fun, that kid. Scoring for fun. Go and sign him. Go and pay the buyout clause. We've got the money. Just go and get it. Go and say that. That would make a statement. That would make a statement to everybody else in the league that we are serious about this title challenge. Look at Man City. Man City has signed 3 players. And they've got all the troubles. They've got 115 charges. They're still waiting to hear about. They must be confident. They're signing Haaland up as well for a 9.5-year contract. And they're on the verge of signing their 3rd player in Omar Mamouche. Mamouche, whatever you pronounce his name. Another striker. So we've got to think about what's happening here. We've got to do some mega business. We've got to try. Look, we can't be left behind. Liverpool, I mean, who did they sign? They signed Chiesa in the summer. That's it. And look how good they are. Look how good they are. Bro, Arteta is destroying the club. Do you know what? When the camera pans onto his face, I just feel like punching it in. I feel like fucking put my foot through the TV screen. Because he's just looking. And then he looks over and talks to Airport Albert or the set piece coach, and he's looking, and then he's jumping about like a lunatic, waving his arms about like he's directing aircraft. It's so frustrating, and all this fucking shit that he keeps saying. We just didn't finish our chances. We just didn't. We should. We I can't understand how we didn't win that game. You can't understand how you didn't win the game. You ain't addressed the striking issue that we've had in this club since you got rid of Aubameyang. I swear, bro, this guy Arteta, he's clueless, mate. We all think we know better. I'm not saying I know better than Arteta. But listen, the team juggled the team around again. I know, I get that Saliba's injured, or he's got a slight injury, whatever. So you have to make adjustments. But why would you put a right back at centre half, and then a midfielder at right back when you've got a centre half on the bench, and you can leave the right back where he is and just replace the centre half, and you can leave the midfielder in the midfield with Declan Rice. This guy Arteta is clueless, Red Skull. Yeah, I agree with you, man. What is he trying to is he trying to be too clever? He's trying to be too clever. It's not rocket science to pick a team, to pick players that can play in the positions where they're strongest. Why are you bringing Thomas Partey out of midfield? That partnership with Declan Rice is decent. It's good. It is good. And then you're putting that partnership apart. You put Marino in that position with Declan Rice, and Marino plays on the same side as Declan Rice, like left eight, like the left side, the left-footed side. I know Declan Rice is right-footed, but he plays on that left side, doesn't he, of the three? And Marino plays on the left side of the three. Partey plays on the right side of the three. So why you got two players that play on the left side in the same city? It's unbalanced. It doesn't make any sense. Red Skull, we should have subbed off Partey. Probably play Kiwior at last minute. We should have started Kiwior, Red Skull. Started Kiwior next to Gabriel. And then Timber stays at right back and Partey stays in midfield. It's not rocket science. It is not rocket science. Don't forget, if you're watching this video, you like the content, put a like, put a thumbs up on there. There's about 80 of you watching and there's only one like. Facts, bro. Absolutely, Red Skull, man. Why does someone like me, just a fan, I'm no technical genius or, I'm no coach really. I'm not I've coached kids football, but I'm not he's supposed to be the best young manager in football, best young coach or something in football at the moment. Far from it. You can tell that his weaknesses. He's no man, no in-game man at all. I mean, why did he wait until the 80th or 81st minute before making even one sub? Then he takes a player off Martinelli that scored the first goal and puts Sterling on. What was that about? Thought on disallowed goal. Was it a goal? Yes, listen, I didn't think it touched his arm. I thought it hit his belly. I'm not trying to sound biased. I thought it hit his stomach. There was another Arsenal fan in the chat that said it did touch his arm. But it looked to me that it didn't. And the VAR decision was seconds. They didn't review it long enough for me. I don't understand why. Every other decision is reviewed. It takes like minutes, not seconds. Excuse me. It didn't seem fair to me. Didn't seem fair. Somali Tube. We need a coach that can change the way we play in game. We sacked Unai Emery and see what Unai Emery is doing. Yeah. But listen, Villa ain't won away from home for 5 games before that. So, through that game, they looked like they was the team that could have won it as well. Red Skull, they didn't review it. It wasn't fair. Well, I heard Gary Neville say, straight away Gary Neville will say, no, that's not a goal, it's hit his arm. But the review, they did review, it's been reviewed, it's been cleared. The decision has been cleared. I heard the other commentator say that. So they must have looked at it briefly. They didn't look at it properly. It wasn't fair, no. And I hope that they're talking about it on Sky Sports afterwards, because They need to look at that because it seemed because his arm was here, and it looked like it hit him in the belly under his arm. It didn't look like it touched his arm. So this is going to be talked about. I'm going to check out the other channels as well after, in a little while. I'm going to check out the other channels that I subscribe to and the channels I watch. There's some good football channels out there. Football Terrace is a good one. I like Goldbridge. I like his channel. That's football. There's some good ones out there that, although they're both Man United supporters, but they're not biased at all. And they says it how it is. They say it how they see it. And they will say, Sky Sports hate us, bro. Everyone hates us, Red Skull. Everyone hates us. They do. They do. But at least with the two channels I'm just talking about now, they are quite fair in their analysis of the game. Check them out yourselves if you ain't watched them. The Football Terrace, and That's Football. Go and check them two channels out. They're really good. They never give us our honest. They never give us our honest fare. Well, yeah, I think for whatever reason, we're becoming the most hated club in the league. I don't understand why, really. Well, the only reason I can think of is the arrogance and the entitlement of the manager. And like some of the fans are like spoiling it as well. But everyone can support the club how they want. I'm not having a go at the fans, but there's a lot of division and there's a lot of arguing, infighting between the fans, because we think differently about this manager and about certain other things as well. And it's just making us a laughing stock. We're not unified. Now, Liverpool have to lose 2 matches for us to catch them. Well, we've got to go to Anfield. So we could beat them at Anfield, which would be a massive feat. But if we beat them at Anfield, that's one of them. So we made ground up on them in the week. We beat Spurs and they drew, didn't they? Who did they draw to? Who was the game I can't think who they drew with. But anyway, they drew, so they dropped 2 points and we beat Spurs. So we made up 2 points. So, but they won today and we drew, so we dropped them 2 points back. So it's back to 6 points behind. And they've got the game in hand because of the Everton game. Got postponed, didn't it? So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough feat. But there's still, how many games left? There's still 16, 17 games left, isn't there? I can't remember. Was that game 21? So there's still 17 games left. There's a lot of points to play for still. There's still a lot. There's still 50-odd points to play for. So, we can still do it. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm never going to give up until it's mathematically impossible, or reasonably impossible. Where it's not mathematically, but it'd be a massive act of God for us to win it. Honestly, I hope they lose 3 games. Yeah, I hope they lose every other game that they play. But we've got to get active in this transfer window. Damon's Footy Vlogs, hello. How you doing, Damon? How you doing, sir? Good of you to join the chat. Stick a thumbs up on the video for us. Red Sky, have you done it? Stick a thumbs up for us. It just helps the channel, that's all. It just helps the channel. Helps the channel go, like, reach out to other people, the algorithm. They call it the algorithm. I'm good, yourself? Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm all right. I'm very disappointed. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Watching Arsenal is so frustrating. It's boring. Atlanta 1-0 over Napoli. Cheers, Aces. Nearly cry, can't even lie. Yeah, mate. It is. It's boring as well. It's boring football. I mean, what else is... What do we have to do? What do we have to do just to get a great manager? Let's hope that Ancelotti gets sacked at Real Madrid. Hopefully they'll start losing a couple of games, because they won't have it, the fans over there. The Real Madrid fans, they won't... If Ancelotti starts losing games like they got slaughtered, they got smashed to pieces by Barcelona in the week, didn't they? And, they won't suffer that. They won't suffer too much of that, the fans over there. And... if Ancelotti gets sacked, then just do everything we can to get him to us. Get him to us, to sack Arteta and bring in Ancelotti, I say. There's Simone Inzaghi, the Milan manager, who's apparently interested. You keep hearing all these rumours. I mean, you don't know how true they are. They're probably bullshit. But you never know. Hopefully, we'll get something better. Aces, Falsetta speaking absolute garbage now in post-match interview. Let me know what he says. Put some bullet points in there for us, Aces, because I can't watch it while I'm doing this. Paranormal Watcher UK, your team's crap. They're a letdown like your fans never will be. What? Like your fans never will be. Yeah, the team's crap. Yeah, Martin. What team do you support? Paranormal Watcher UK. Put your team in there. Party fail us. He always failed us at right back. Yeah, he's not a right back though, is he? It's not his fault. He's been asked to play there, so he's a good midfielder though. You've got to admit that, Red Skull. He's a good midfielder. He's not a right back. Absolutely right. He's not a right back. I think he's done a decent job in one of the games. He's played there about 10 times, I think. I've seen him do a decent job there once. But no, he's not a right back. Absolutely not. Celtic, come on the Hoops. Are you a Celtic fan? Yeah. They're running away with it again. Brendan Rodgers back up there, isn't he? Brendan Rodgers is back up there. They're running away with it. They're, since Rangers got relegated down to the bottom tier and had to fight their way back up, you've been untouchable up there in Scotland. But there's what sort of competitions up there? It's what you've got to look at. Think about how well would Celtic do in the Prem? How well would Celtic do in the Premier League? Be honest. Let's have an honest answer from you. If you're still there. How well do you think they would do in the Premier League? Because I don't think there'd be relegation for that. But I reckon they'd be mid-table at best. They'd be mid-table at best. They wouldn't be up the top challenging for the title for the Premier League. Damon Footy Vlogs. Celtic wouldn't be mid-table. Where would they be then, Damon? Every time we are close, we lose. Absolutely, man. We drop off, we capitulate, we bottle it. Basically, we bottle it. I mean, I don't like that word because if you bottle something, it means you're scared and you run away. But in the contents of football, contents of the last 2 seasons before this one, you can say, yeah, we just lost it, mate. We lost it. With the money from the Prem, we'll win it in 6 years. Oh, you reckon if you're winning it by your 6th year in the Prem, you reckon you'll win it? And 15th, you reckon they'll be near the bottom. So you reckon they're going to be, Damon reckons you'll be relegation. Fighting in the bottom half of bottom 3, 4. Yeah, well, I think you're a bit better than that. But you won't win it. What makes you think you'd win it in 6 years? You'd have to sign a lot of players. And I don't think they'd come to Celtic. I don't think the players would come to Celtic. All due respect, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm having a go or anything, but I don't think they would. I don't, You think you'd win it in 6 years? We can all wish. I thought we'd win it. I thought we'd win it after the 2004. I didn't think we'd be waiting 21 years before we could, or 20 years before we was challenging again. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, mate. Right, so Zagreb. Paranormal Watcher UK. Well, how much trophies your club got? There's only one team in Scotland. How many trophies we got? We've got more FA Cups than any other team. We've got, I think, 14 league titles. Is it 12 or 14? I can't think off the top of my head. I think it's 14 league titles and 12 FA Cups. And a European Cup Winners' Cup. You've only got all them titles because there's only one team in Scotland. Come on, man. There's only one team in the Scottish Premier League. There's no competition up there for you. In fact, in all honesty, there ain't been no competition for City the last 4 years, to be fair. Apart from us, there's been no one else. Frultetta was saying that fine margins are costing the squad every season. Fine margins. That's why I called him the M&M manager. Moments and margins. That's all he fucking talks about. Gets on my nerves. Saliba out injured for 5 weeks now. Are you joking? Oh my God. What's happening to this squad? There you go. Money buys your league. Money buys our league. What do you mean money buys our league? I don't get that. Because they buy players and they pay over the top for them. It's a better league than the Scottish Prem, isn't it? Come on, you've got to admit that. I'd rather have the competition than just to be beating all these other teams every week. You know, beating them and no competition. Yeah, Celtic might lose a game every now and again, but it's as if they can't be bothered. It's talking about the FFP, I think. Who's talking about the FFP? Oh, Paranormal Watcher. Financial fair play. We were all right for financial fair play. Or PSR now. Profit and sustainability rules. We were all right. We're not in trouble with that. Man City are. Man City are in trouble with something, and they're still signing players. They're still signing players. You know, there's a team that have bought the league. Chelsea done it back in the day when Abramovich took over. They're the teams that have bought the league. Liverpool are flying. They ain't bought the league. They've bought one player in the summer, Chiesa. I think he's only played 2 games. You know, so Liverpool, they've got a good manager in Arne Slot. Man City going to get relegated. Well, the same thing that happened to Rangers, Glasgow Rangers, in the Scottish Premier, they got booted out to the what was it Division 3 or something. Yeah, like what happened to Rangers. That's what should happen. But then when you think about it, how confident they are, something must already be out in the open. Not out in the open because we'd all know about it, but I mean, they must know something because they've signed 2 players, 2 defenders, and they're on the verge of signing Omar Mamouche, a striker. And that Mamouche is like Frankfurt wanted, I think it was 67 million. So how can they sign that player for 67 million? As well, I don't know what they spent on the defenders that they've bought, but if they're in this in money troubles, and Haaland's been offered a new 9.5-year contract, the longest contract I've ever heard of. Yeah, so I don't understand. We already signed him. Damon's a Man City fan. So you signed Mamouche. His medical is on Monday, but you've got all these charges. I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how you're getting away with it because it's still controlled by Arab money. What is you can only spend what your club earns, and a lot of some of these charges are because your sponsorships. It was. Because the owner, Sheikh Mansour, is it Mansour? What's his name? The Prem is broken. Yeah, well, yeah, you might be right. If Man City get away with it, then I would say the Premier League has been backhanded somewhere. That would be my opinion anyway. It's not fact, but that would be my opinion. But yeah, the sponsorship, whoever sponsors, some of the sponsorship money coming in was highly overinflated, and the company that sponsored Man City, for whatever, the training ground, whatever it was, is owned by the same owner as what owns the club. So it was a way of sort of filtering his money into the club, and they wasn't open about it, and they wasn't compliant at first. You know, they didn't let them have a look at the books. They tried to keep them hush-hush. So there's a lot of shit going on. This is what I've heard. It might not be true, I don't know. But this is what I've heard. We have the best lawyers we can get out of it. Well, I'm glad you sound confident, Damon. But if you're found guilty, you deserve to be relegated down to the Nations League, National League. Get you out. Get you out. I'm not saying strip you of your Premier League, of your 6 titles or 8 titles or whatever it is. Pep's won 6. I mean, these charges go back to before Pep. So I think you've won it. Mancini won it, didn't he? With you, and who was the other manager? Was it I can't think of his name. Was it Pellegrini? Pellegrini who went to West Ham as well. Was it? Did he win the title for you? Everton got fucked, so Man City better go down, or other clubs just boycott them. Yeah. Everton did get fucked. So did Nottingham Forest. They got points deducted, didn't they? I wouldn't mind if we got relegated. It would get rid of the glory hunters at least. What supporters you're talking about? Your fans. Listen, Man City have never ever been a big club until the money come. Until the Middle Eastern money come. There wasn't a big club. You must be a young fan, Damon. You must be young because you won't remember. They was shit. Man City was terrible. They was terrible before they got their money, and they didn't have a big fan base at all. Now they have, because they've got the money and all the players, and that's the glory hunters for you. Whoever was second should win them titles. I don't want them that way though, Paranormal Watcher UK. I don't want to be like Arsenal. So you're saying Arsenal should get awarded the last 2 years titles? No, I don't want them because they don't mean anything. It wouldn't mean anything to me because we wasn't the best team in the league. Doesn't matter how they Man City won to a certain regard. They should be punished for it if they've cheated. They're punished, yeah, but can't strip them of their titles. I know Lance Armstrong cheated, but he took performance enhancing drugs, didn't he? And he got strips of all these cyclist bike racing titles and Tour de France's and whatever. He got stripped of them, but did second place guys, did they get awarded them titles? I'm not sure. But I don't want to get awarded titles that was stripped from another team. I'd rather it be like a void, go down in the history books as a void season. You know, cheating will get them out. They got, as Damon said, they've got the best. They've got the best lawyers in the world. You know, they've got the money. They can throw as much money at it as they want. I can watch them away at least in non-league. You can watch them. Yeah. Well, how many players would stick around? How many of them superstar players would stick around playing in the Nations League or the National League, whatever you call it? I don't think many of them will stick around. I think they'll try and get out. Man City had to sell. Hopefully they had to sell all the players and then just start again with the youth team or say put the under 21s and you know, play that team and try and get them promoted. Because no one's going to want to go to that club. No one's going to go and want to play in that National League, are they? For the money, they will stay. They'll win 20-0 every week. Bob will stay. Oh, yeah, the winger. Yeah. Do you reckon they'll stay? It'd be... The ground would be empty. What away fans would they have in the ground? They'd have about like hundreds of away fans or something. the grounds would be empty. No one's going to go and watch. No one's going to go and watch that. No one's going to pay to go and watch them play like Tamworth. Like, I know Tamworth come close to knocking Spurs out of the FA Cup, didn't they? But Man City would destroy them. It'd be if you got Ireland playing up front against Tamworth, he's going to get about 10 goals. Or a new league they might start. Oh, you're thinking about the breakaway league, what the European thing they was thinking about doing a few years ago. Yeah, it's quite possible. It's quite possible because it got voted down, didn't it? But I think Arsenal were one of the clubs that was all for it, and I was praying that it got voted down because I don't want that. Absolutely don't want that. Do you want that? Would you like to see that? I wouldn't. I wouldn't like to see that because then that means it'd be just like a league, a Super League. It will devalue the Premier League because it'll be Arsenal, Man City, probably Chelsea, Man United, the top 6 at least, leaving the Prem, going in the Super League, and then it'll be, the Barcelonas, the Real Madrids, all the leagues that they come out of, Inter Milan, like in Italy, AC Milan, probably Bayern Munich, all the top teams in the top leagues in Europe are playing in a Super League. And would they have to leave them, like I just said, would they have to leave their own leagues to play there, to play in that one? Probably. And it devalues all the leagues and it'll be shit. Football will be shit. We need UK-wide league. Oh, you're talking about having one league for Scotland and England. Like, it's not worth any. Like the league over in Ireland, I don't think it is that great. I don't watch none of that football really. I could only know one team from Ireland, and the Shamrock Rovers. That's the only team that comes into my head. So say what you amalgamise all the leagues. So the Championship and the Scottish Championship and Scottish Premier League, amalgamise it all and just create one league from the UK. Is that what you mean? I've just, for Fabrizio Romano, I've just got a little notification there, so I can't read it. And it's just it said something about Arteta on Saliba's injury. So someone in the chat said, I can't remember who it was, said Saliba out for 6 weeks. And let's hope that ain't true. One UK league, yeah. No, I wouldn't want that. If it was down to the fans to vote for it, I don't really think that it would pass. I don't think that would happen. I don't think it would. I mean, what do you do? How do you work that out? One UK league. I don't. How would that work? Who would go into it? Who wouldn't go into it? Say you had a UK Premier League then. Who would be in it? So England and Scotland, they're the 2 main leagues in the UK, yeah? So you'd have the English Premiership and the Scottish Premiership. Who would go into this UK league? Who do you kick out? How many teams do you have in it? Are you talking about having all the teams from the Premier League and all the teams from the Scottish Premier League all in one league? That'd be too many. That'd be like how many teams in what is there? How many teams in the Scottish Premier League? There's 20 teams in the English one because we play 38 games. How many? I think you didn't you used to. I don't know. See, I don't follow the Scottish football that much, but didn't you used to play home and away twice in the season in the league? Dump Champions League. Well, what would you do in the Europe then? So if you want to dump the Champions League, what would you do in the Europe against European clubs? You play 4 times, home and away twice, yeah? So what is there, 10 teams in the Scottish Prem then? So how many of them teams would you want to amalgamise with the Premier League? It's corrupted. What, the Champions League? Let me just try something here. What's this? Oh, I don't know what I did there. I pressed something. Yeah. There was a lot of corruption, weren't there? A lot to do with UEFA and FIFA. There was a corruption not long ago, weren't there? Said Blatter got nicked. Can't see it working, to be honest. No, I couldn't see. I can't see it working either, bro. Not want to say. I don't want to say. Oh, what's that? I can't see it working either. I don't know what that is. So I'm just pressing things on the screen here. I'm just trying to work out what things are, what these buttons do. Yeah, no, I can't see it working. The clubs from Ireland would have no chance of winning trophies. I don't think many clubs in Scotland. Celtic might have a little chance, but no, I don't know many. As I said before, I only can think of one club. I don't watch the Irish Football League at all. And I just know Shamrock Rovers is a team. That's it. That is it. Anyway, listen, everybody in the chat, I appreciate it. Thanks for being there. Thanks for hanging around as well. There's a few of you that have been hanging around for the whole stream, which means a lot to me, man. Thank you for coming in there. Everybody else, stick a like on the video for us. If you're just coming in or if you're leaving, stick a thumbs up on there. Arteta out, Anthony Herbert is saying, give us your money, you're on a 6th year. We have... What? Give us your money, you're on 6th year. We have winners Celtic. I can't make sense of that. Sorry, mate. I don't know. Paranormal. I can't make sense of that. Arteta out. Anthony, did you like the video? Did you stick a like on it, sir? Try and explain that a bit better, Paranormal, before I go. I don't really understand what you mean by that, sir. Like, all right, well, listen, I'm going to be back again. I did that. A tenner you owe me. You want me to pay you for clicking a button on the stream? All right, mate. If we had your money, we would have a great team too. Oh, so yeah, I'm not saying that it'd take you more than 6 years, though. It'd take you more than 6 years. It would. So you want to come to the Premier League for the money? Is that what you're saying, basically? Yeah, too right. Yeah, too right, Anthony. Listen, all right. Listen, I'm going to go now, but I will be back again to do a match reaction to the Zagreb game. I will probably any other news that comes through against Arsenal. There's a playlist. There's a playlist on there. I've just created a new playlist. It's a Lee Reacts playlist. So I'll be reacting to any news coming out of Arsenal, whether it be a transfer, whether it be an injury. Like I'm going to find out about the Saliba one, and I'll do a reaction video to that. There's a playlist. It's called Lee Reacts. So go and check that out. There's 2 videos on there at the moment. This is a match reaction, so this is going to be a separate one. The Lee Reacts one is going to be reactions to other things coming out of the club, not match reactions. So thank you for your time. Thank you for all your efforts in putting the comments in, sticking the likes on the video. Appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.